Hello everyone, this is Imelda. Welcome to my channel, and today's video I'm gonna show you how I made this baby kilt for my little niece who was born last week. So here I got 4 pieces of fat quarters, which I'm gonna cut into 5 inches squares. After cutting it into 5 inches squares, I arranged the squares into 6 columns, 6 across and 6 down. So this is my design. After that, I'm gonna arrange my first column on top of each other. So I'm gonna be ready to sew it later on into our sewing machine. So I'm just putting it on top of each other, facing down from square 1 up to number 6 squares. So that's my first column now. And repeat these steps until down the very bottom column. After that, I put numbers on each column so I won't forget when I bring it to the sewing machine. And here I'm got an old top from her big sister who's already 5 years old now. So I'm gonna use this for as an applique for the middle of the baby kilt. And now we're ready to sew our first column. So here I always starting on the number 6 of the first column. So put it right side together like this. And then we're gonna bring it to our sewing machine. So right side together. And then I'm using 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now this is what it looks like now. This is a first row of squares. So you're gonna do this to all the rows. This is what it looks like now after sewing the squares in each row together. Now we're ready to sew each rows together here, but before that we're gonna iron the seam. So each rows we're gonna iron the seams opposite directions like this. The reason behind we're gonna iron it on opposite direction is to avoid the thickness later on when we sew the rows together later on like this. So we're just gonna arrange it like this. See, you're gonna put the seam on opposite direction so it won't be too thick. So just arrange it and then pin it together. So here I'm sewing the number 1 and number 2 rows of squares. Now that I've sewn all the squares together, this is what it looks like now. So when I tried to put the design with this applique, I didn't like it because it covers all the pink. So what I've done here is to cut the crown and the stars. So this is what it looks like now. It looks much better. And I'm gonna sew this in this square using a zigzag stitch. And here I'm preparing for my backing fabric. So what I've done in here is to measure, make it 14 centimeters wider than the original quilt, and then just cut it. So it's 14 centimeters around the quilt. And here I'm ready to cut my batting. So my batting is 10 centimeters smaller than my backing fabric. So again, my batting is 10 centimeters smaller than the backing fabric. Now we're ready to layer it all together. Our backing fabric, the batting, and the quilt, baby quilt. So just smoothen it so it won't be rumpled at the back. And then just pin it together, all the 3 layers. So I'm using a safety pin here So when you bring it to the sewing machine, it won't move. So just spin it a few around the squares. And now we're ready to bring it to our sewing machine. Now that I've sewn all the squares, this is what it looks like at the back now. Now we're ready to make our borders. So what I've done in here is just fold it and then fold it again and bring it over to the baby quilt. So I was folding it like 1.5 inches and then bring it over to the quilt and pin. So this is how I do with my borders. So after doing the borders around the quilt, this is what it looks like now. And then we're gonna do what I've done here are using a ladder stitch or invisible stitch. So this is the stitch that you're gonna use all around the quilt. Sorry, I think it's a proper pronounced quilt, isn't it? So this is what it looks like now. And now we're gonna bring it to the sewing machine and then sew the border. And this is what it looks like now after sewing the border. And now we're finished with our baby quilt. So this is what it looks like now. Thank you very much everyone for watching and hope you like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please comment down below for any suggestions. And thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye. See you soon.